guys, it's Jessii V. What's up? So this V time takes place just last winter actually. I was with my friend Danielle when this happened, which is the girl I actually just did the pumpkin carving video with. But as you know, I live in Canada, so the winters here are like the inside of a freezer, frosty and freezing. We had gone out for ice cream at about 9 p.m. because everybody goes out for late night ice cream, right? We're not the only ones, right? And in winter no less, because if you're cold, it's always nice to get colder with a nice cup of cold ice cream. But yeah, we're just weird, so we couldn't resist. Our favorite place to go to is Marble Slab. Yummy! Which is a place where you could pick your favorite flavor of ice cream and then pick all of the stuff you want to put in it. Marshmallows, chocolate chips, brownies, anything and everything that you want. And then they mix it all up in the ice cream and then you eat it and you fall in love with it. It's amazing, my favorite. But yeah, by the time we got back home, it was just past 10. And in a Canadian winter, that's very, very, very dark. So we go into the house and we're just sitting in the kitchen drinking tea when we hear a sound. It's like a scratching sound coming from the front door, followed by like a little cry. It actually sounded like someone was crying right outside of the door. We obviously got a little freaked out. We're like, who is behind our door? We aren't ready to die. I ended up being the brave one that went to open up the door, and guess what was there? In front of me was the tiniest kitten you have ever seen. And guys, I am not a cat person, but this thing was freaking cute. It was obviously freezing cold and really wanted to come inside. But our parents did not want a stray animal in the house, so we decided that we would go on an adventure to find this kitten's parents. Well, not really the parents, because that would be like the mom cat and the dad cat. I don't know where we'd find those. I meant like the owners of the kitten. The first place that we thought of going was the neighbor's house, because maybe the cat accidentally wandered out of the house. So we lead this little kitten to the neighbor's house, because I'm gonna be honest, I am a huge germaphobe, so I get really weirded out when I have to touch animals that I'm not sure if they're stray or not. So we ring the neighbor's doorbell and there's no answer. There are no lights on in the house, so the family of this house is either sleeping or they're not home. Because at this point in time, it was like 11 o'clock at night, so my friend Danielle thinks it would be a good idea to ring the doorbell a couple more times. I was like, Danielle, they're gonna call the cops on us or something. Because you gotta imagine their point of view. They're pleasantly sleeping and all of a sudden these strangers start ringing their doorbell over and over again and it's almost midnight. I will admit, we seemed a little creepy, but we had to get this kitten home. We had to get it safe and warm in a house. I wanted to be the kitten hero. All the kittens in the world will make me the queen of kittens. So just before we were about to give up on this neighbor's house, we see the hall light in the house turn on. So they obviously heard us, they were obviously home, and because they had a glass front door, we were able to see this woman's figure behind the door just kind of standing there. She was like, who's there? Who is ringing my doorbell? Like, she sounded so terrified. My friend was like, we have your cat. Open the door and get your cat. And the lady behind the door was like, no, I don't have a cat. And it was so frustrating to hear that because we were really hoping that it was hers. And then the funniest thing happens. My friend says, are you sure you don't have a cat? Like, what? What a silly thing to say. I was like, Danielle, if she had a cat, I think she would know it. So we're like, okay, on to the next house. I'm actually surprised the cops weren't called on us because it was so late at night and we're just going up to people's houses. But we were doing it all for this kitty. But after going up to a few more houses, no one was answering and honestly we just couldn't find somewhere to put this cat. We wanted to call some sort of animal service to take it so it could bring it back and put it in a nice little warm place, but animal services wasn't open, so we couldn't call them. It was like midnight. I really just wanted to take this kitten into my home, guys. It was so tempting, but in all seriousness, we didn't know if it had any diseases or anything because it was a stray cat at this point. And my parents would flip out. I was actually so surprised that I felt so attached to this thing because I am not a cat person at all, but it was like wrapped around my leg like a sloth, so it had my heart right there. I wanted to be a mama kangaroo and just put it in my pouch to keep it warm. I could tell this kitten was getting discouraged because it walked over to this empty McDonald's bag that was on the road and just went inside it. This kitten must have been like, nobody loves me. I am now a homeless kitten. This McDonald's bag is my new home. Nobody bother me. Everybody leave me alone. I am sleeping in a McDonald's bag. So Danielle and I just couldn't let let that happen. So we let this kitten sleep in our garage, where it was a lot warmer than outside. We also kept the garage door just slightly open in case it wanted to leave, because it was a wild cat. Like, we didn't want to like keep it somewhere where it didn't want to be. So in the morning, it was gone. It went its own way. It was a free spirit. Hopefully it found a home or something. I don't know. Maybe it found its cat parents. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this V-Time. My social media information is in the description, along with my vlog channel and my P.O. Box information, so check it out. And until next time, guys, bye!